Okay, just showing you some material I've just gathered up. This is in my garden. I've got all this stuff from. This is what I'm going to stick onto the outside of my cam lock boxes that lock up my Bushnell camera traps. That's a Bushnell camera trap, and it's inside that metal is the cam lock box. So that metal case like that, and then next to it is a U-way extender which puts out more infrared light. So that's what I'm going to try and camouflage. And I've been picking up leaves, that's sycamore leaves. I've been getting bits of bark I brought back from trips when I've been out into woods and stuff, so I'll break that up even more. I'll put it inside a plastic bag and hit it with a hammer, get all this material down. And see, I've got bits of bark. That's off something like a pine tree. Kind of, all this material's pretty dry. Bits of rotting wood. You know, every time I go for a trip into the countryside, I come back with, you know, maybe a couple of bits of wood or a few branches and stuff. I never know what I'm going to do with it. One idea was I was going to try and copy what I see on a program called Dual Survival, see if I can make fire from rubbing sticks together. So I'll bring back bits of wood, logs and stuff. Never know what I'm going to do with it, but anyway. And because I've got all this material, you can see I've got bits of rotting wood, so I'll break this down. So mostly bark, leaves, a few bits of moss I've found in my garden. There's not much in my garden, unfortunately, but I just remembered I brought back some stuff from a wood I went to. So again, this is far too big a lump to stick on, so I'll break this up. So this is what I've got. Moss. I've even got a few little bits of twigs. I don't want to put massive twigs on. So as you can see, it's just gathering up leaves, bits of rotting wood. That's almost like balsa, it's gone rotten, that stuff. Don't know if I used that. Anyway, bark. And I peeled off some bark off this log here. You can see that's what's left, and then you can see where I've peeled off the rest of it. I'll just show you some other stuff I've used. This is called yew tree. This kind of leaf like that, and yew trees have this kind of bark that almost peels off. So I've been gathering up some of that from the ground. I've probably picked it all up now. Let's see if I can find a bit to show you. Well, anyway, you get the idea. Yeah, you can see it there. You see there? It kind of falls off in almost like sheets, you see? So get bits of bark like that from wherever you can, just pick it off trees. I've been gathering up stuff like that. I'm fortunate enough to have some spruce trees. These are old Christmas trees I planted, and because I've got them, obviously you end up with all the thousands of pine needles, so I'm putting some of those into here. This box load of materials, here you go, that's the stuff I was saying off a yew tree. It's just bark. So bark, any kind of pine cone needles. I was even scraping off lichen, or lichen as some people call it, from a tree. I'll show you where I got that in a minute. Go along your fences where there's grooves in the fences, pick up any little tiny dry material that's fallen off trees, you know, just tiny bits of stick and stuff. I'll just show you where I got the lichen from. Lichen I've been scraping off these tree branches. It's just a tiny living organism that grows on trees. It even grows on shed roofs, anywhere it can land really. But I've been going along with a knife and just scraping off a load of it, and that's that tiny coloured material down there. And it really is tiny, but that should add to a bit of the camouflage. Let's just see if I can, yeah, there, you see. Been going along the tree branches, scraping off quite a bit of it. So get whatever material you can, get leaves off the ground. Now that it's mid to late October, there's actually tons of leaves coming down now. So just get whatever you can gather up. Okay. So this is all the material I've just gathered up in, I don't know, probably taking me half an hour, 3/4 of an hour to do that, to get all these bits together and break off all the bark and everything. So get all the material like that, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do. Basically, these are, you can see how I had it. in order to spray paint them, I basically used a garden cane, hooked them into 2 trees, and then I could spray them from all angles. I thought that was rather clever, so let's get that out of there. Okay, so UA extenders for extra infrared. Yesterday I spray painted them over the cork, the No More Nails kind of glue stuff that I've put all around them to lose the man-made shape of them. And it's come off really well. Okay, I mean, not come off as in pulled off. It's worked out well. These are the Camlock boxes. You see again, I put the No More Nails, some people call it cork, kind of glue material. Then I spray painted them brown. And that's another one I did. And then the rest of the bits. This is the front of the Camlock boxes. Okay, so that you can lock up your camera traps. So that's where I'm now going to spray glue all of these bits. These are swivel mounts. I'm going to spray glue these and then drop all of that dry leafy material onto it, and to give it an extra layer of camouflage. So that's the idea. All those leaves and twigs and stuff are going to be glued onto this rough material now to try and give it, because at the moment you can see you've just got one colour. What you're trying to do is you're trying to get it as camouflaged as possible so that not only animals and birds don't notice it, obviously you don't want any other people to spot it, hunters or people out walking the countryside, because you don't want someone to try and nick your box or even end up stealing it. So the more hidden it is, the better. Okay, so that's my next stage. I'm now going to go and spray glue these and drop the leaves on them. After, I'm going to put all that material into a plastic bag, then I'm going to put a towel on top, and then I'm going to whack it with a mallet. So crush down all the material so that it's flatter and more broken up. Then I'll spray glue it and put it into, well, I'll probably put these into a cardboard box on the ground, then I'll spray glue all over them, and then I'll drizzle the leaves and stuff over them. Okay, so this is the next stage. Thanks for watching.